Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video, and it's the day that we have all been waiting for. Mauricio Pochettino has been announced as the new Chelsea head coach. Maybe the most anticlimactic announcement ever, since we all saw it coming for a month at least, but it is finally official. He's going to begin working with the team on July 1st and has signed a 2-year contract with the option of a third. In this video, I'm going to be talking all about what we can expect from Poch as the new head coach, so let's get right into it. Now, I'm going to start off with something that's a little bit strange. So one of the first things that stood out to me when I was doing the research for this video was that apparently Mauricio Pochettino likes to keep a tray of lemons in his office because he believes that it helps him to ward off a bad aura or bad energy from people. He also believes that he has the ability to see an aura around people, which I thought was super interesting. So for him, the mind and the aura are super important, which I thought was really interesting because a lot of times we see coaches just going based off of statistics, but I think that he's really going to take the people aspect into it as well, which I'm personally excited to see. I think that this is going to be super beneficial to the group. Over the past 6 years since Chelsea have last challenged for a Premier League title, the mentality of this team has been questioned by nearly, if not every coach that has coached these group of players. So I think that it's going to be really important for this team to develop a strong mentality, and it seems that Poch is just the right person in order to help them with that and to implement that tough mentality. This has been one of the key areas that I think that Chelsea need to improve on, because as I've said so many times on this channel, it just felt like whenever Chelsea went behind a goal, the head sank, the body language was poor, you just didn't feel that Chelsea were quite going to get back into the game. So I think that having somebody who knows how to garner a better mentality from his team is going to be super important to getting the mentality back where it should be, and I think that we're going to see a level of improvement just with that alone. Poch spoke about the importance of the mind, and he said, quote unquote, "If you're going to run, of course you need big legs, muscle and everything, but if your mind says no, I cannot run, you're going to be tired. Then you cannot move. That is why before everything is your mind. Your emotions need to be in a good place. Your mind is powerful and only will settle your limits." And this reminds me of something that Reece James just posted on Instagram, where he shared a diary entry, which I thought was super sweet and vulnerable, just to get an insight into what he was feeling, where he said how badly his mental health or his mind had been affected this season by the amount of injuries that he had and what a tough season it was, and how you don't necessarily see that side of being a footballer. And I really feel that this is going to be so beneficial to have somebody there to help you through those tough moments, to help the team, to pick the team back up, to get us back to having the winning mentality. So this was one of the things that I absolutely loved from Poch. One of the other things that stood out to me was the sheer amount of hard training and running that these players are going to have to do. They will likely be subject to a GACON test, which is where in 45 seconds you run 150 meters and then you have 15-second rest. And then with each 45-second interval, you have to run 6.25 meters longer. Now, I'm American, I don't deal well in meters. That sounds extremely tough, and that's something that I feel like we've seen, that Frank Lampard has said as well, that the level of training just isn't up to standard. And I think at a certain point in the season the players said, oh, we're just going through the motions, there's not so much to play for anymore. But now it's a new season, there's going to be something to play for, and that's not going to slide under Poch, and he's going to ensure that this team is fit. I saw it too many times this season where Chelsea players were just walking to the ball and not running, not applying pressure. That ends now with Poch. A former player under Mauricio Pochettino, Danny Rose, said he's very thorough, very precise. He is a disciplinarian. He records training. He was the first manager I came across who records training, records gym sessions. There's no hiding places. He then speaks about how one time Poch brought him into his office after a game and he thought that he was going to highlight all of the things that he did good. No, he had about 26 items where he said you could have improved here and here and here. And I think that level of detail is going to be so important to Chelsea, especially with the defending. I hope that he really hones in on that zonal marking that we've been doing. I know that I feel that we need a mix of zonal and man marking because we've conceded far too many goals from set pieces. I think it's going to be brilliant as well with making runs, getting bodies into the box, because that's something that Chelsea have also struggled with this season. A lot of times maybe you see an attacker making a run, but the player with the ball, whether they be another attacker or midfielder, doesn't pick them out. Sometimes they pick them out but nobody makes a run. Sometimes we put a ball into a box and nobody's there. So I think that this level of detail and analysis is going to help just all across the pitch and really going to give the players super specific feedback about what they can improve on. Looking at the timing of this appointment, I personally do think that the timing has made sense. So a lot of people saying for Poch to start a couple of games ago, or even when Frank Lampard was appointed, but I didn't think that that made sense because I didn't want him to be in any way associated with the mess, for a lack of a better words, that has been this season for Chelsea. So now he has a new cut, a new slate. He starts from zero and he can start with training, and that preseason is going to be so crucial and integral to how Chelsea perform for the rest of the season, because it's going to allow him to get his identity across to the players, to get the culture across, to get them up to match fitness as well, and to get the mentality of the squad there. And on top of that, it's also going to give the board time to cut the team, because there are far too many players, and get the squad down to a much more manageable size, which is something that both Graham Potter and Frank Lampard struggled with. On the new appointment, Lauren Stewart and Paul Winstanley, Chelsea's co-sporting directors, said, Mauricio's experience, standards, and excellence, leadership qualities, and character will serve Chelsea Football Club well as we move forward. He is a winning coach who has worked at the highest levels in multiple leagues and languages. His ethos, tactical approach, and commitment to development all made him the exceptional candidate. Chelsea's website followed this up by saying, Pochettino is a coach renowned for his side's high energy and eye-catching style, and he has built a reputation for helping young players realize their full potential with a strong squad ethos. Overall, I feel that Mauricio Pochettino checks all of the boxes that Chelsea are looking for in their next head coach. He has experience winning trophies. He has experience managing a Premier League side. Not to mention, Spurs did extremely well with him at the helm. They consistently finished in the top four and made it to a Champions League final. Chelsea have been making the top four, but it's been a close call over the past couple of seasons. We haven't challenged for the title in 6 years, and of course we just recently won the Champions League 2 years ago, but we want to win it again, and I honestly do feel that Poch is the man to take us there. He also has loads of experience developing young talent, which we've seen is the new recruitment strategy for the club, and this club is filled to the brim with young talent that's raw but has a ton of potential. So I could see a lot of players benefiting from his coaching and just helping them to get out their potential on the pitch. And overall, I just feel that he has the experience of taking a squad and taking players and making them play extremely well and fight for things. So that's why I personally am super excited about this appointment. I do feel that it's the right place, the right time for him, and I honestly just have a lot of hope that he's going to be the person to finally get Chelsea back and hopefully get us back to the next level. I hope that the board has learned their mistakes. They haven't offered out a 5-year deal, 2 years plus the option of a third, and I just want like some stability as a Chelsea fan. It just feels like it's been the craziest couple of years, so I would like some stability, and I really hope that Pochettino is the one to bring it for us. What do you guys make of this appointment? Let me know down in the comments. I have a ton more videos about Poch, about the way that I think that he's going to set up the winners and losers of this Poch appointment, and some guests as well. So definitely make sure to like this video and sub to the channel if you're not already, because I have so much content coming up about this. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, evening, whatever time you're watching this, and until next time, I'm out. Bye.